I really need to make this video. First of all, guys, I'm sorry I haven't made dick all in the past few months. A lot of it has to do with my depression. A lot of it has to do with my health. When I get on a roll, I can crank out 2 or 3 videos a day for weeks on end. But I don't know. I want to do something for Halloween, but I was kind of busy that day. Look, this isn't over. Okay, I know you're looking at the screen thinking, oh shit, Biden won. But he didn't. And I'll prove it to you. Okay. Let's look at a random state. Just random, right? First of all, by 0.2%. 0.2% difference in Georgia. And Georgia was red for the longest time, and that's why it hasn't been punched in. Same with North Carolina. Trump won it, but it still didn't punch in. Right? Like, that's... Okay, let's look at Michigan. What do you notice here? Most of it's fucking red, yes. Let's look at the blue counties. 700,000 votes. 200,000 votes. 86,000 votes. 143,000 votes. Let's look at the red one. 7,000, 10,000, 15,000, 8,000, 12,000, 17,000. See, there's a congregation issue. Only in the cities did Biden win. Only in the cities with the most amount of people. That's not a coincidence. And in some cities, he won by a fucking landslide. By Wayne, 68% Biden. 800,000 votes. Like, it's only in the congregated areas. That's not a coincidence. Keep in mind, because of congregation, that's why California has been blue for the past 75 years. Okay? Arizona is deeply red. Deeply red. That and this could have flipped with the reporting, and if all those points went to Trump, he would have won. Which is possible. As long as it wasn't a major city left. Only in the cities did Biden win. Only in the cities. And they still haven't called Alaska. 58% reporting. I mean, holy dick. Like, they specifically didn't call a bunch of these things. Okay? And it's just ridiculous, because, like, North Carolina, my mother's home state, precincts are reporting, but additional votes may yet be counted. Again, what do you see here? Wake, 600,000. Chatham, 48,000. Orange, 84,000. Durham, 176,000. Look at the red. Moore, 57. Montgomery, 12. Actually, that doesn't make sense, because in North Carolina, some of the bigger counties are red. And red by a landslide. But, again, a lot of these things, a lot of these states, and it's not just with Michigan, it's not just with North Carolina, it's with all sorts of them. I mean, let's even look at the red states. Texas, which was threatening to go blue. Let's look at Texas. Again, what do you see here? What's a pattern that jumps out at you? 99% of it's red? Yes. Then how does Biden have 46% of the vote? How? because Webb 68,000, Dimmitt 3,000, Presidio 2,000, El Paso 254,000. El Paso is like one of the biggest fucking cities in Texas. Harris 1.6 million, Biden 55%. 1.6 million. How the fuck does that tell you? You know, because of Harris, 1.6 million. Again, because the blue are specifically major city centers. Because of that, you know, Biden got 46% of the vote. In a state that's been red since the fucking 60s. Like, how does he get unprecedented votes? Unprecedented. In a red state. But only in the major cities. Only in the major cities. And let's look, I used to live in California, so look, the fact that these were red is kind of shocking, if anything, just because, you know, God, Fresno, fuck Fresno, Yolo County, that's where Sacramento is. Sacramento's in Yolo County. That's where Sacramento is. Napa, that's where Napa is. Napa actually means pineapple in Japanese, but, you know, whatever. Sonoma, I lived right next to Sonoma County. Actually, I think I was in Sonoma County. I lived in Fairfield, and that's in Sonoma. And Lake, that's a small county. Mendocino, I know Mendocino. Tehama, Trinity, Siskiyou, Shasta, Glen, Boot, Lassen, Modoc, Siskiyou, Merced. Okay, there you are. Merced Blue. Jeez. Yeah. God, Merced's down there. Fuck. Yeah, traveling from fucking Sonoma to Merced was like a 3-hour drive one way. Jesus. I have family that lives in Merced, so I was like, you know. But no, yeah. And look, you know, the left want to add more states. They want to add more states that are specifically blue, by the way. You know, they want to add, I think, Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. as states. You know, the left, look, guys, I'm sorry, but the left is the corrupt one. The left is the fucked up one right now. The right ain't doing shit. The right is more moderate now than it's ever been. It's less religious, it's more moderate, and every single thing you've ever heard the right doing is a fucking lie. They don't want to get rid of abortion. They just don't want to pay for it. That's really their position. But according to the left, they want to get rid of it, which is bullshit. That and Roe v. Wade shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't have, because it was the Supreme Court breaching power, going against the Constitution to protect women. I know, it's hard to believe a patriarchy would do that. But again, that's just how it works, guys. You know. Again, that's, you know. And it's no coincidence. Because a couple days ago, this was leaning red, this was leaning red, this was leaning red, this was leaning red, and this was leaning blue. Trump could still flip it. Nevada, he could still flip it. Some of these things locked in a Biden vote long before everyone was counted. 93% reporting in Nevada. Trump could easily win with the numbers. He just needs 3% of the vote. And there's 7% left. So it could go either way. But they still locked in a blue vote. Arizona, God, by 0.6%. Like, fucking barely. Really, it's by 0.5%. 0.5% in Arizona. 0.5%. And not even everyone has been reported. Only 98% has been reported, but they locked in a Biden vote. Colorado was going to be blue no matter what. Okay, Colorado, ever since they legalized weed, they've been nothing but a blue state. Right? And it's not going to change. Illinois, that was actually leaning red for a while. So was Wisconsin. So was Michigan. But of the 8+ states that had yet to be counted, these 3 got counted within an hour of each other, and they all just so happened to flip blue. That's not a fucking coincidence. That's not a fucking coincidence. That and in, I believe, either Michigan or Wisconsin, I believe it was Michigan, 8,000 votes. 8,000 were punched in for Trump and flipped to Biden miraculously by a computing error. We need to make it to where the only fucking way you can get a goddamn ballot in is through going to the fucking place, showing your ID, writing the fucking thing, putting it in. No electronic nothing. Electronic is easy to fuck with, easy to tamper, easy to dick around with. No more fucking electronic votes. Fuck that noise. Okay? The Dems can't be fucking trusted. They cheated bigger than shit. Biden had one of the lowest approval ratings of any candidate in my lifetime. And you expect me to believe he got most of the fucking votes? Really? You really expect me to believe that? That he got most of the fucking votes? Against an incumbent? And we haven't voted out an incumbent since the 90s, guys. Look, Trump had an over 80% approval rating during a pandemic. During a pandemic. And, you know, fucking Bush and Obama had way less than that, and they got reelected. Funny that. It doesn't make sense. The numbers don't add up. Everyone worth any fucking salt was saying Trump was going to win. Maybe not by a landslide, but he was going to win. Either that or there's going to be major voter fraud. One or the other. That's what everyone was fucking saying. Based on the numbers. That's all you could have said. Based on the numbers. And there was one county, I heard this, I heard about this on the news, but it was an independent news station, so I can kind of trust it. You know, they were saying that there's one county that had 8,000 more votes than fucking registered voters. You know, on top of that, the left has been distributing Trump ballots into fucking gutters and into the ocean and into lakes and ravines and rivers and waste baskets and all sorts of shit. They've been dumping his ballots the far the fuck away as they can from the people, right? Destroying them in the process. On top of that, one county, I believe it was Michigan, received 400,000 votes at 4 in the morning when all the other stations were closed. 400,000 within a minute at the last second, just because. And guess who they were going for? Sure as fuck wasn't Trump. Like, this is beyond razor close, beyond razor thin. And that isn't going to happen with the guy who's responsible for Trump. Imagine 2008 rolls around, right? And the Republicans run Dick Cheney against Obama. You know how dumb that sounds? Obama was there because of Bush's failings, and Trump was there because of Obama's failings. That's just how it works. Okay? We actually had a president, for once in my entire fucking lifetime, that cared about this country, that cared about its citizens, that gave us jobs and lowered unemployment and made it so we had food on our table and hammers in our hands and we were able to work. He got people off the welfare state, he got them into jobs, he made the jobs better, he made them safer. And you expect me to believe that a bunch of Republican cities just so happened to vote blue at the last second at 4 a.m? If you look at the votes before this shit was dragged out, 85% of them were for Trump. He would have won by a fucking landslide. But ever since they started dragging this shit out, it's the 8th. Okay? This shit has been going on for 6 to 7 days. This shit's been going on for 6 days. And the longer they dragged it out, the more spontaneous votes Biden just so happened to get. Well, would you look at that? Isn't that a coincidence? They cheated bigger than shit. And guys, look, it's not over. Trump can fight this with the Supreme Court. He can fight this and say, look, here's evidence. We have people on fucking camera, boarding up, throwing the fucking Republican, what do they call it? The Republican, like, the monitors. Yeah, the monitors. Throwing the monitors out of the fucking building and then barricading the windows, and locking the fucking door. And then all of a sudden they get 400,000 votes. Right? Like, fuck. They just, none of this adds up. None of this makes any sense. Oh, so that refreshed. None of this makes sense. Projects, yeah, of course. He lost. No, he didn't fucking lose. Yeah, he lost in a rigged election. For the second presidential election in a row, all of America's eyes are on Pennsylvania. That's not a coincidence. What's next? The presidential transition from hell. USA Today. Jeez. They're all saying, oh, well, Trump lost. But Biden wins. Biden has not been officially crowned. That might be the wrong word, but he's not been officially sworn in. Not without them doing some major investigation. And they will. And they'll find what I just told you guys about. And back in my day, way the fuck back when bronze was a new invention, if you cheated in a race, you got fucking disqualified. Plain and simple. You got disqualified. Okay, look. Hope was the last thing left in the box. That happened for a reason. Okay. It was the last thing left in the box. We still have hope. Okay. Now, that being said, if the Supreme Court fucks this in the poodle and sets the poodle on fire, then, you know, we would have lost our democracy. We would have lost it. And I'm not saying that because Biden won. I'm saying that because Biden cheated. Okay. He fucking cheated. Bigger than shit. This should be red. This should be red. This. I don't know about that one. But yeah. All of that should be red. Then Trump would have won. Like, these three would have been blue. Maybe these ones up here would have been blue. But all the way down here would be red. This whole thing would be red. I don't know about, was that Michigan? Minnesota. I don't know about Minnesota. Colorado would have been blue. New Mexico, I think, would have been blue. But Arizona and Nevada definitely would have been red. They're red states. They were red last time. All these things were red last time. And they just so happened to swap blue during an incumbent race that they voted for last time with 80% approval rating? That doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense. The only logical explanation for any of this is that Biden fucking cheated with his pants off. Okay? He cheated more than fucking Clinton did. I was talking about Bill, but Hillary did too. Yeah. Like, and I have a neighbor. Sweet old lady. Very sweet. But she used to tell me about back when Clinton was president. All she fucking heard about was his fucking zipper troubles. Right? That's all she fucking heard about. So, I mean, But again, this is so evidently fucking rigged. And the thing saying, oh, well, Trump lost. He totally lost. Those people are leftists. They don't care that they cheated. They're fine with it because they hate Trump. Trump had an 80% approval rating. 80%. At least 30% of those were Democrat. Okay. So, yeah. None of this adds up. None of this adds up. And all the states I said that would have been red were leaning red the day of the election. They just so happen to be counted within hours of each other, and they just so happen to all flip blue because of major city centers. The Dems took what happens in California, Oregon, and Washington, and wait, is that Oregon? Yeah, that's Oregon. They took what happens in the fucking coasts and made it apply to the red states. That's never happened before. Fucking never happened before. And you expect me to believe that an incumbent lost states to Biden, someone who could barely get 12 people in a fucking rally together. Really? Look. A part of me doesn't want anyone to get hurt. And that's a big part of me. But a smaller part of me wants the right to be as pants to the fucking wall, shitting on the floor, stupid towards Democrats as they were to us. And for the longest time, I considered myself neutral in terms of politics. But given how the left has been cheating and how most of their fucking platforms and most of their fucking things are full of lies, I can't support them. Not unless they purge like a motherfucker. They purge the swamp, essentially. And Trump got rid of quite a few people who were swamp-like. But, Trump wanted to send Hillary, Biden, and a few other people in prison for breaking the Constitution, because cheating is against the Constitution, and, all this other stuff. And it just so happens that he doesn't get voted back in. Just so happens. An incumbent with a name 10 times bigger than Biden. I mean, look, at least Biden wasn't Obama, who we never fucking heard of until he ran for president. We never fucking heard his name ever before. Ever. Which is weird that we voted for a guy named Barack Hussein Obama while we were at war with the Middle East. That's, it's like being at war with Germany and you vote for Heinrich von Archduke Kaiser Wilhelm III, right? Like, fucking, that's, like, fuck. Jeez. It's just stupid is all. But look, this isn't over. Trump can fight this, and by fight this, I mean he can make it to where they hopefully get disqualified for cheating. Why is it in everything else in life, if you cheat, you get disqualified, but not for president? What? How? He's gonna get found out. He's going to be fucking convicted of fraud and tampering with an election. The left, back in 2016, admitted to busing votes, which is illegal, and getting dead people to vote, which is illegal, and getting and dumping ballots, which is also illegal. Right? That, my dead dog voted blue somehow. I don't fucking know how. Like, fucking, what the fuck? Anyways, just, guys, look, it's not over. Have some hope. It's not over. Trump's going to go to the Supreme Court. He's going to challenge this. And them saying down here that, oh, well, Trump lost, but he's not conceding defeat. Well, yeah, because you fucking cheated, dickwad. You fucking cheated. Would you concede defeat if Trump cheated? Fuck, you wouldn't concede defeat if Trump didn't cheat, let alone if he did. Oh my god, you people are fucking nuts. But, look, just, guys, it'll be okay. It might be till fucking December until we figure out what's going on. But it'll be okay. Just take it easy. Y'all take it easy.